Oh, what are they streaming on?
Um, The Last Exorcism is on Plex, which is the worst service I've ever seen.
On here.
And then Paranormal Activity is Paramount Plus,
Ah, I think
which if you don't have it, I could just give you mine. I think that'd
I
be.
think I have Kendra's Paramount Plus on here. Oh, air. What?
Oh,
Oh, the network. I haven't set up my. We got new Wi-Fi.
uh-oh. Oh,
Oh, it's been a whole thing.
ah. Do you just switch to something or?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get?
Fiber first.
Oh, we got aloe fiber, which it's the best. Highly
There's
recommend.
there's too many. There's too many. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? G fiber, aloe fiber, fiber first, quantum fiber,
yeah,
fiber
that's true.
this, fiber
Either
that.
way, they're all better than Cox. We can, that's for sure.
Yes.
So done with them.
And that's going to be it for today's episode.
Are we already recording? Oh, that.
A little something different for everybody, a little
Yeah.
banter to begin. Welcome to
Oh,
Horror Flicks and Music Mix. We are your hosts. I'm Dustin.
and I'm Kevin. On this podcast, we discuss horror films, the scores, and the people behind the movies, and quantum fiber.
And internet providers, and who's your provider? And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, thank you. Maybe you're paying attention, maybe you're not.
Hey,
Maybe it's
excellent.
just background noise, but our goal with this podcast is to fully analyze a variety of horror films as well as give our unfiltered opinions on said films. And today, I purposely put these two together. We're doing a little bit of found footage here,
Hmm.
and Kevin took over for all the notes here, so he's going to be riding along, and
I
I'm going
hear my voice way too often. That's fine.
to.
We've
But
got.
have you seen either of these before?
I've seen Paranormal Activity 2 a long time ago.
Okay.
Last Exorcism I never have seen. And I was impressed. It was all right.
Like it's all right.
I'm
It's
gonna
some
rate it on Letterboxd after this. That's what I'm gonna start doing. And then I'll have them check out the episode rather than give my full notes. I found out that got some more clicks.
nice.
So when we did Nightmare on Elm Street, I was like, "This is awful. This is horrible. Hear me rant about it." And boom. But yeah, but these are much better. And I know that Paranormal Activity, like, boy, that was a big one when it came out. I remember everyone's talking
Oh
about it.
yeah.
I was watching it. And the second one was just a great follow up. I don't know anything after that though. I know it kind of just goes downhill from there.
I would even say the third one is also still pretty good,
Hmm.
and I think four, like it teeters off the story a little bit. Four and five are okay,
Hmm.
and then like I don't know, there's like six or seven now, and the whatever the last one I saw, the very last one that came out, terrible.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. But we are going to start off tonight with The Last Exorcism 2010, directed by Daniel Stamm. So, how did you hear about this one?
Actually, I remember seeing this in theaters.
Whoa.
Um, I haven't seen it since
Yeah.
until now. Yep, saw this in theaters 16 years ago. I don't know why I remember that. I remember seeing it in about 2010. Hmm. Yeah, I was still going. I mean, I've always gone to the movies a lot, so
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, haven't seen it
Yeah.
for 16 years, and it was, and like I basically remembered it. What like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous and it's very cheesy, but then it's one of those like, have you ever seen Grave Encounters?
Nope, but
Uh,
I've seen the covers of them constantly.
so that one is kind of the same thing. Like it starts out like cheesy and kind of corny, and then shit just hits the fan,
Hmm.
and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah. What I found interesting about this one is that it started off in the realm of plausibility for most of the time, and then the ending just was like,
yep,
so I appreciated that, and I thought all the actors did a good job. I felt I felt really into it as like a true documentary. So I was down with it. So yeah,
The main
but yeah,
guy,
never seen it.
he's just like goofy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a goofy fella. So but it was cool to see him in this role. But I love the tagline. It's very easy to remember. It's just believe in him. I think that sums it up well. Now, what is about the spoiler-free short summary and obviously any trigger warnings? There's one that I was just, oh, you'll see on my notes. Hated it.
uh Christian minister allows a film crew to film his last exorcism and things go wrong. Yes, they go wrong.
Yes.
They go and like I don't know. It's one of those well, I guess we'll get to that with
Yeah. Yeah.
kill it, watch it or buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the end of this movie makes it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Say so too. Well, I mean,
Here we go.
for a
Paramount Plus. I'm connected to the
there you go.
I'm connected.
For PG-13 movie though, my gosh, it's got a lot of trigger warnings for sexual abuse, child abuse, animal abuse. I hated that. God, that
Oh yeah,
was the
I
worst.
wrote that. I was like,
Ah,
no.
I hated that so much. Shaky cam, aka like, if you get squeamish, and religious trauma. Like I know certain people that would like in the very beginning and throughout like all the sermons and stuff, they would just cringe at that, and it's pretty awful. So um when I start these reviews, when it comes to PG-13 horror movies, I for some reason I'm always like, here we go, because it's either going to be acceptably really good or it's going to be so bad because they're trying to curate a demographic of tweens. But luckily, this one went that other way, and I liked it. So here we go. We start off with a man shaving. His name is Cotton Marcus. He's preparing a sermon, and we get all the background of church time and give another hand for Jesus.
Oh,
Um, it's just all the better, very Pentecostal Southern like drawl, like can I get an amen? How about it? Yeah. His interview talks about him becoming a child preacher, being groomed for the role. Ironic that you're talking about pastors grooming. I'm sorry. Let's move on. We we whoopsie. We learn he likes magic stuff in some of his sermons. And he's like, what if I put banana bread in my sermon? No one will even say anything. And
yeah, that's
so
so
he's like
funny.
having fun with it.
He
So
just like I said, goofy.
yeah. And then I really wanted banana bread after that. My wife makes excellent banana
Banana
bread.
bread?
Hmm. John Marcus, Cotton's father, shows a very old book about exorcism that he just happens to have with his family. They've had it forever. And I guess they can also read Latin. It's just like, okay. We get a quick overview of Satan in like a documentary form, like kind of like Haxon or something. He fell 1/3 of the host. If angels became demons, so it was overthrow God. If you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil and the demons. I said, hail Satan, because hell yeah. Cotton talks about how exorcisms are still around nowadays. He says exorcism today is bigger than it's ever been. He shows them a book about how he performed exorcism at age 10. And then they interview his kid talking about his dad's job. And he's like, yeah, he attacks bad guys. It's like, okay, kid. Cotton says he doesn't actually believe in demons or ghosts. Last couple of years, he sees it as like delivering a service for a person who needs it, healing people. I love how the interviewer's like, you're a fraud then. He's like, you said that, not me. He's he starts talking about how he had a crisis of faith, aka reason, and his wife says that a story about a 10-year-old boy who was suffocated to death during a botched exorcism kind of had horrible nightmares about it. So he stopped doing exorcism and he wanted to expose exorcisms for the scam they really are. He talks about how we have the crew follow him to follow behind the scenes of the exorcism, see what they do. So as we kind of, that's the
Like,
whole setup. What do you think?
that's like legit. That's legit. I
Mhm.
would feel like it's this guy, he's like, I don't know about this stuff anymore. And let's record it while it happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a decent concept. It's just like a little cheesy and a little goofy, but
Yes.
it gets serious.
It does, and it's interesting to see like when I first was looking at this, like, oh yeah, it's going to be like he goes through the exorcism and it doesn't work. But no, it's like, oh no, he's trying to prove that it doesn't work, period. And then all the other stuff happens. So very interesting. He's a He's a true-blooded pastor, but he's also very, very skeptical. So he's kind of like on that thin line of like belief and unbelief. So Cotton takes the crew into the van. We're going down into New Orleans, Nolans.
Nolans.
It's interesting because it makes me want to watch True Detective season 1 again because
Well,
it's
were they in
uh,
like Baton Rouge or something?
a little outside of Baton
Yeah.
Rouge. Yep, yep. Yeah, very, very, yeah, Louisiana-esque. He gets into a nice suit, starts talking to local people, and all these people have different stories. It kind of reminded me of Blair Witch a little bit when they're doing interviews with the townspeople. One
Yeah.
woman says there's the gates of hell just nearby. Another guy says how it says, oh, yeah, you can get there by going up through the woods, but be careful. One woman says a guy thought he needed to feed human souls to the devil. And then there's a gator. As they're driving, some dude, which is actually the not only is he the brother in Get Out, but he's also in Twin Peaks: The Return. So that was cool. Comes up to talk to them to give them
Yep.
directions to the farm. And he tells them, "Yep, you can turn around and leave."
I
And he
forgot he
starts
was in
throwing
Get Out.
rock. Yeah, he starts throwing rocks at the windshield, and they're like, "Man, what an asshole!" They finally drive up to the farmhouse. It feels literally like Resident Evil 7. I'm like, it's the exact same layout. I'm like, oh man. We meet the dad and we find out that the guy in the hat was the son, the guy that was throwing rocks at them. So it's like,
Did you
great.
see? He's also, I think he's Dracula in that new Dracula movie,
Oh, yes. I think that's
which
right.
did not look good.
Oh, yeah,
But
I'm curious because if they're doing all the
I don't know,
universals
because it's
again,
got like Christopher Waltz, and it's like, oh, okay, but it just, I don't know. It could have been the trailer cut too.
mhm, yeah,
But yeah,
mm,
Resident Evil 7.
yeah, that big time, I was just like, oh. So the dad sees the cameras and he's like, "Turn them off," and he's bothered by
Yeah.
the whole thing. He and Cotton are starting to talk in the distance. They do this a lot where they talk and the camera crew can't hear anything. They go in the farm. He's like, "Here's what I've got, a dead bull," but they find out it can't be a gator or anything, so it has to be something. And we meet the family. Lewis is the son, and Nell is the daughter. The dad shows Cotton the dress covered in blood. The dad was confused, so he's like, "I'm just gonna leave it alone, and I'm gonna contact you." And he wrote him a letter to go obviously exorcise the demons. We meet Nell. She has a very room. I don't know what my note meant by that, but I think it's just because it's like the most room ever. Like, you know what I mean? It's got the bed, it's got that, but it's like very
The
old
very
timey,
room.
very room. Mhm. They start interviewing her, asking if she remembers about killing the livestock. She's like, I don't remember anything. So she's obviously oblivious to the whole thing. And then we get a little bit of background about the family. Dad talks about how his wife died a few years ago. We see a grave out front. It's like, ooh, that's morbid. Mel, only 19 though, looks only 14 though, looks 19 though. They say she's 16 later, so it's like all over the place. It's very awkward. She's a very, very awkward young miss. Doesn't help that she's
Yeah.
homeschooled. Sorry, homeschooled people. Sometimes a little awkward. She talks about how she misses her mother, talks about how Caleb, her brother, gets really frustrated, um, and becomes an asshat, and dad was affected by the death. Since the mom died, he wanted to give them a fundamental Christian upbringing. He decided to homeschool Nell, sorry, not Mel, says that teaching her all about the Bible and strict fundamentalism should hopefully keep her away from the devil. Yeah, that always goes well. Always goes well. A 2,000-year-old book that was written by bored shepherds. No. Sorry, I know we have probably Christian listeners. My apologies there, everybody. I need to keep myself. Cotton goes to talk to Caleb, aka the brother, asking, like, why'd you throw rocks at me? And Caleb's like, look, my father's drunk, Nell doesn't need help, and if you hurt her, I'll hurt you. It's like, damn, okay. He starts making some notes as he's like looking, he's like doing like a little interview with her, checking her out, seeing if she needs anything, checking her pulse, hearing about night sweats. They find an indentation on her head, I guess. And then the camera woman
Yeah,
decides,
that he's like, you see that is deeper
yeah, they're like,
than it
oh, no,
should be.
I felt the
I'm
back of
like,
my head and I
what?
was like, well, shit, do I have something to anyway?
Yeah,
The
everybody
cam
just put your hand up like this.
yeah. The camera woman decides to give Nell her boots because she's like, oh man, your boots are really cool. And she gives
Oh
her her
my
boots.
gosh,
She wears the
yeah.
boots the rest of the movie, and there's a reason why that actually happens, which I'll talk about. It's a very weird reason why. Nell thinks it's the coolest thing since sliced bread because that's all they have in this back country. Mhm.
Pretty
We get a
much.
prayer going, and they put her feet in water, but the water starts boiling. Cotton says now they must proceed with the exorcism.
Well,
He get
the home dog like pours something in the water and makes it boil,
mhm.
or he like sneaks it.
Oh, yes, and that's why when,
The son is like, "I
Caleb's like,
saw you."
"Hey, I
Yeah,
saw you did something in there." So
yeah,
he's like, "I won't tell." Yeah,
yeah.
so obviously he's
That's
already
pretty
showing
yeah.
the hoax of all of it, and he shows the father the old book that he has with all the Latin, and it states that the demon that captured Nell might be Abalam, preys on the flesh of the innocent. It says, "Possess only salvation will come in death." He's like, "Oh, what does that mean?" It's like, "Don't worry, only come in death unless she's exorcised." It's like, "Oh, okay." Here comes Caleb, and he's like, "Yeah." Caleb said that he caught him, and he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna let you do your thing, but I saw you." We get a montage of him preparing the exorcism. He brings in the family, has Nell on the bed. It's like we've seen this a million times before in almost every exorcism movie. He asked Caleb and the dad to hang out in the corner. We get our prayers. I said, "Demon, be gone. I command thee to be gone," and all that stuff. And he tripped like a wire that goes to the painting, so it's coming off the walls. Things are shaking, and then he has a little like iPod Mini that has demon sounds on it and little speakers around the room. It's like, oh my
Like,
gosh.
how do you even yeah, how do you set all this up without them noticing?
Well, I think what he did is he's like, I need to cleanse the room first, and he had no one else in there, so he just oh, it's so easy to get away with this stuff, I bet. So that's the unfortunate part. So yeah, he's moving the bed and the frame. He's playing the demons from his iPod. I really found this interesting that like we're seeing how the fraud works, and he shows all of his tricks to the camera, gets the money from the dad, which dang, it looks like he got paid pretty darn well for his well whatever the hell he did. And I'm like, that's really shitty because he's trying to show that it's a fraud, yet he's still getting money from the guy. That yeah,
Yeah.
he's not only is he a huckster, he knows he is. He's taking like that's the most unchristian thing ever, but that's fine. Anyway, he gets back to the hotel and he's like, "Well, yep, that's it." And I guess that's the documentary. Movie over. Wrong. He's talking to his wife that night about getting Caleb a new hearing aid. He's getting ready to go to bed. I do appreciate that Cotton's a very great character. He's a loving father, but also a Christ loving charlatan. I like using that word. That night at the motel, we see a woman running. It's the camera woman, and we see that Nell is in the motel room of Cotton. The
Mm,
camera woman starts talking to her, and they're asking if she's okay. The music
start
gets a really bit creepy here, and like
pukes.
the camera woman's trying to get her to calm down. Nell's trying to like get jiggy with her, like licking her shoulder, and it's weird. And
Oh,
it starts blowing
yeah.
up. It's like, ooh. So we get our first taste of the
Weirdness.
yeah. So what do you
The
think so far?
demon.
As you meet this family,
The demon?
you meet the family, you
Um,
meet the girl.
I don't know, like, exorcism movies always they just always spooked me,
Mhm.
and I think, like, this one, like, they're like, "Hey, let's do one but found footage." I think that's the best combination,
Mhm.
but I don't think I ever really rated this movie too high just because on, like, the acting and how cheesy it was and stuff, but, like,
It's very standard,
I
yeah.
it once this s and then, this stuff starts happening, you're like, "Oh, shit, here we go," and you just gotta buckle up. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
it doesn't get, like, too crazy, but it's still for a first time watch, I feel like it's effective and it like the Paranormal Activity movies, watching those for the first time, not a whole lot happens, but it's
Mhm.
it's the tension
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that, so,
That's true, and it definitely gets into it here coming up, so
yep.
they bring Nell to the hospital. The hospital staff asks them to turn the cameras off, and the Cotton talks to the nurse, saying that, "Hey, we need the parent present," and, he's trying to get a hold of the dad, I guess, but that morning is when Lewis, the dad, comes in. His name's Lewis. I don't know why I didn't call that earlier. He tells them he doesn't want to sign any psychiatric testing. He doesn't want anything about any medical whatsoever. So his distrust of medicine, which is interesting because I think that the movie is playing a bit on the superstitions of like those who are heavily evangelical, way in the backwoods. Like they don't trust no doctors. So that sees the huge, and then of course that has to do with education opportunity. Then that's a story for another day. Um, they drive back to the farmhouse. Lewis and Cotton are talking about what to do next. Lewis talks about how he
Mm.
doesn't trust the doctors. 8 of them couldn't save his wife. So I really appreciate that we have good motivations for all the characters of what they're doing, what they're doing. Yeah. Um, Cotton comes to a nearby church and he decides that he's going to talk to the pastor Manley about a little bit more about Lewis because there's something off about everything. And then he's talking to like the little church lady. She's like, "Will I be in the movie?" And yes,
I think she's the best part.
and she's like, "Oh,
"Oh, I'm in the movie."
I'm in the movie."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Cotton starts talking to Pastor Manley. Manley is talking to him and like, yeah. So Nell was pulled out of Sunday school. Lewis was very hostile with me. Thought the curriculum was not fundamental enough. It was not medieval enough. They haven't come to church in 2 years, but he says Nell loved being here, so I don't know why he did that. And Cotton's like, look, I think Nell needs psychiatric help. And Manley's like, I'll come back with you and I can get you set up with somebody. Well, Cotton and the crew drive back, and as soon as they get there, Nell's being chased by her dad while she's yelling she wants her mother. They go in, and Caleb's got a huge bloody gash on his face with a knife, and I'm like, damn, that was
Yeah.
that was unexpected, and it looked deep too. Yeah, it's trying to go
Oh,
like
that would
all
suck.
Joker. The dad tells everyone Caleb was trying to calm Nell down, and she slashed at him with a knife. But as that's happening, Caleb's trying to write a note to Cotton, and he like stuffs it in his pocket real quick before Lewis comes back as he's going to take him to the hospital. And Lewis is very weary about leaving without Nell and out the crew. And Cotton's like, "Don't worry, I'll stay with her just in case the demon comes back." Hmm. So now they're downstairs. They go upstairs to see Nell, but they realize that the door is locked.
Oh, man, sorry, I see that. I just saw your comments a little bit further down when the cat part
Oh
comes.
yeah, I hated that a lot. I hated
It's
that so
such
much. And this is someone who I've seen Cannibal Holocaust,
oh,
and that was awful. That was bad
yeah,
too.
no, sorry.
The
That's
the
all, I
dad,
just started laughing.
yeah, nope. I hated that so much. I luckily my cat is right next to me, so I could give her some love. Hi. There you go. Okay, there we go. I needed to do that before I talk about this next part. So, yeah. So they find that the door was locked, and they go in there, and we hear her saying to herself, "She's bad. She's bad. She's so bad. She's sin. She's sin." It's like, oh, that's what religious trauma does to you. That's where the fucking shit. When they free her, Nell talks to them that Caleb never has tried to hurt her, nor does her dad, but she did seem hesitant about the dad. As they're downstairs, they go back upstairs, and after she lies down to rest, and they see Nell just in the hallway and slowly starts creeping
Yeah,
towards them, but then like walks to the other side of the room. And she starts going into the bathroom where she's drowning a baby doll in the bathtub. That's creepy. And in the meanwhile, she also painted a painting of a dead cat with blood all over it. And she says, "Oh, I didn't make that." And it's weird because they start playing back the audio. They not only hear baby noises, but they also hear Nell speaking in perfect Latin.
yeah, like,
Mm,
well, you could hear the baby noises, and then they walk over, and then
yeah.
that's when Nell's sitting there, and you're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
This is basically when it's like, it starts going down. It's
Yeah,
like,
these
"What?"
unexplainable things are what creeps me out in these films, and that's why I always appreciate because it's just like I like don't know what's coming next. But as soon as I saw that painting, I was like, "Oh no, they have a cat,
Yeah.
don't they?" And lo and behold, the camera woman is listening to that message machine in the household, and that night, and they realize, oh my gosh, there's constant calls from the doctor talking about what pills to take or not take, like halcyon and so on, because Nell is pregnant. And so right away
Yeah.
they are like, "Oh, it's possible incest because, it's the
They're like,
South and
"Ooh."
that's what they're known for." Dude, no, I'm kidding. That's not no, no. They decide that, "You know what? Let's just take a nap." Sure.
Everybody's freaking out. It's like, "You know what? Let's just" yeah.
I'm like, if I saw a painting of a cat with blood all over it and we get these calls and all this creepiness, I'm like, I am not going to sleep. Are you guys kidding me? Oh no, we're getting to the worst part. God damn it. Okay. So anyway, so they find out Nell's pregnant. And they're like, you know what? This is a crazy night. Let's all take a nap. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I would never take a nap. And as they're napping, we see Nell go into the cameraman's room and take the camera. And she starts doing this like contorting her face thing, which is really creepy. Like that. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Then she gets sneaky and decides, yeah, I'm gonna go out to the shed. And I'm like, I feel like something I saw in the corner a very pretty kitty. And I was like, oh no.
Yep.
And of course, as in my notes, I wrote no 17 times. She starts beating the absolute shit out of the cat. Well, we don't see it, but we hear it. You see blood spatter, and then you see a dead cat carcass. And I hated that so much. And I'm like, you know what? I
Yeah.
don't care if she's possessed or not. She deserves to die. I don't care. And nope. They should have followed what the dad did and just nope. When you kill a cat like that, you're dead to me. Then she decides to go back inside with blood all over the camera. She goes back upstairs to the room where Cotton's napping. She gets all up in his face and starts making weird sounds. Then boom, he wakes up. And they're like, oh my gosh. Obviously freaked out. I'd be like, that's another reason not to nap in that damn house. They get her
Yeah.
back to bed, and as they get her back to bed, they see 3 new drawings. And they said she was 16, but I thought she was 4. It's fine, whatever. The cameraman's telling them that very rarely, like, I want to get out of there because the paintings show the 3 of them. 2 of them are getting chopped up, and one of them, aka Cotton, is like on fire with a cross in his hand.
I mean,
Interesting.
that's fair. I would want to leave too.
Like,
And you know what that picture with the cross in the fire, well, with Cotton in the fire reminded me of?
hmm.
The other found footage movie that we just saw, Terror Tuesday,
Oh,
the
yes.
painting.
Good point.
Uh,
Yes.
Interesting, that was found footage as well.
Lots of found footage lately. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm. Mhm. Sorry, my door opened a little bit as we were talking about ghost stuff. I was just like, okay. Mm. So
Oh,
yeah,
I got a good ghost story for when we get
ooh,
to Paranormal Activity.
sure. I might have one too. So, oh, good. Share your ghost stories, everybody. I always love real stories. Um, yeah. So it's funny is that the cameraman's like, yeah, I want to get out of here. And Cotton decides, let's close and lock the bedroom door. But every time they do it, she's staring directly at the camera. I hate that.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh god, just leave. Like, leave her alone." It's like, just good she's fine. She's
She's
16, she
like,
can yeah, just sit on the bed. I'm just like, "Nope. She's a cat killer." Like, burn the whole thing down. Um, so that night, they decide to approach her door because, the camera woman here or the cameraman hears 2 people talking in the bedroom having a discussion about
yeah,
killing.
they like all hear it.
Yeah, it's a discussion back and forth about killing them both. Ooh. The dad gets back later that night and they play the answering machine for the dad who tells them the demon has defiled his daughter, like you said. Lewis asks Cotton to perform another exorcism, and Cotton's telling him, like, look, no, 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 no. We need to take her to a doctor. Lewis says, you must leave in 5 minutes then. So he decides he's going to go get a gun and
Or I'm
kill
gonna
her.
shoot your ass, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you have 5 minutes. I would have been like, dude, just pretend to do an exorcism and then get out of there. Like, seriously. But then the lights all go out. As he's outside, we get a tons of bashing furniture. We get a loud scream. They try to go in and check on Nell, but we keep hearing banging and some awful flute playing, like really out of tune, like a Jethro Tull on acid. They open the door and Nell's not in the bed. All the baby dolls are strewn across the floor. The window's wide open, but they see Nell on top of the dresser just staring at them. It's like, ooh, no, 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 no. Cotton starts telling her that they're going to bring her out of the house, but she strikes at Cotton and does like a really creepy pose with a knife in her hand. And this is where I put a little note like, I'm digging this. It's it's nice and creepy.
Yeah.
I was feeling creeped. And now she's like, then they go and try to find her. She's outside doing a creepy ass scarecrow pose type deal like this. I was like, ugh, nope. At this point, I would just leave. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
like, just leave.
crazy thing. The movie's almost over. These are both very short movies. Um, so they decided that they're going to get ready to leave finally. But here's the thing: Cotton sees Nell sitting on the porch, and he's like, you know what? Let's go help her. It's like, dude, she just tried to cut you. Well, as they get closer, she lunges at the camera and starts attacking Cotton. Lewis starts shooting, and they bring her inside, trying to protect her. It's like, dude, just let him do it. Like, seriously. I said, this is some crazy shit. There's a lot going on. Like, Cotton's trying to calm Lewis down, telling him, fine, I'll do the exorcism. Let's get her back. They decide to bring her to the barn. And of course, this is where we have her start contorting, putting her, her back. And she's doing that all in real time, which I found fascinating. Like, she can actually do that. She can hyperextend her body and stuff. You see like cracks of her neck and stuff. It's just like, ooh, all these movements she's just doing on her own.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, it's good.
No.
And as Cotton's trying to exorcise the demon says, like it says it's Abalam. Now, Dustin, when I heard Abalam, I started getting this song stuck in my head.
Whoa, back Black Betty, bam, a lamb.
Ambulance. No, so no, it's there's this video on YouTube that's like get an ambulam instead of an ambulance, and then someone mashed that with Oh Black Betty, and it's the funniest thing. Maybe if you want to go
That was
back at
right,
some
right?
point and find it's Oh Black Betty Ambulam, and because every time when he says I'm Abalam, I was like, oh Black Betty Ambulam. It's
That's
classic video, very
Black
funny
Betty and
because the guy's like, oh, get an ambulam. That's what I thought when she was saying it.
Ambulam.
I hope it's still on there. It's been since high school since I've listened to that.
It is.
Like,
It's
oh,
on.
Black Betty Ambulam. If anyone else knows what I'm talking about, you're about to, and if you don't,
What?
you're gonna witness one of the greatest sonic creations of this generation. Yes. We
Damn
found it.
ambulance! Where the ambulance? Why the man body still
That
right
man
there?
ain't supposed to be
Why the
laying
damn
there.
ambulance?
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance!
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance!
Black Betty had a child. The
Ambulance!
damn thing gone wild.
Ambulance!
Said a word out of mine. The
Ambulance!
damn thing gone blind.
Ambulance!
Said, oh, Black Betty.
Ambulance!
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance!
Yes. That is what I kept thinking when I heard that. I'm Ablam. Amlam. That is one of
Oh man,
God.
I've
That was
never
on,
seen that. That
yep,
was
that was
funny.
on Vine first. If oh boy, that's
Oh yeah, that makes
yep.
sense.
But yeah, there you go, Ambulam. The dad's like, you know what? Screw this, getting ready to kill her. And as soon as she tells Cotton that she wants to give him a blowing job, he's like, wait a minute. No
Yeah,
demon,
it's like,
you
wait,
a
what?
demon would know what a blow like that. Only an innocent girl would
Blowing.
say something like that. And then he starts yelling that she's only a teenage girl. He's like, you're only a teenage girl, you're an innocent girl. And then she like is fine. All of a sudden, everything comes to. They left her in her room. Everything's gonna be okay. All they had to do is tell her that she's an innocent girl because she doesn't know what a blowjob is. A blowing job. And then the pastor Manley from the local church comes by to like bless her and pray over her. Seems like everything's happy. And it's like, oh man, glad that's all over. Cotton and them leave, but then they're like, wait, they just thinking that something's off, and Cotton wants to return back really quick. Well, they get there very late at night. No one's home, and they're like confused. Where is everybody? They go out into the woods because they see something in the distance. Cotton's like, I need to go follow this. And they follow this trail all the way out into the woods. And lo and behold, there's shit going down. A bunch of people in red hooded robes. The dad, Lewis, is all tied up onto a post, and Nell is on a stone slab giving birth to a demon baby. And
Yep.
we see the demon baby pulled out. It's like a little grape jelly red baby thing.
It's got like
And
little spikes on it. It looks like.
yeah, and Pastor Manley, I guess is not a pastor. He's a, satanic uh, high priest or something. He takes the little gelatin baby and throws it into the fire. And then the fire gets huge, and we hear these huge demonic sounds. And the camera crew is like, okay, we need to leave. We need to leave. We need to leave. And Cotton's like, no, we got to do this. He decides to get his crucifix and starts walking towards the flames. We assume that he dies. And then the camera crew starts running into the woods, and we hear people saying, they're over here. They're over here. The camera woman gets chopped up. Like we don't see it, but it's off camera. And then the last cameraman is running, and we finally see, sorry, not Cotton. We see
Caleb.
Caleb runs up to him and gets him with like a little harvest slicer. Boom. And then we just hear, and then boom.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
So you say that scenes that stick out for you is the end.
I mean, like, yeah, because that's totally like, oh, it's a found footage movie. Oh, it's trying to prove that it's all not real. Oh, she is possessed. Oh, it's actually a cult and there is a demon baby. Like the end is like, whoa. That
Kinda
actually
remind me of, like, the
and
ending of
and
Begonia a little bit, where it's
yeah, just a complete left turn, not
like,
left
everything was
turn.
leading up to, like, "Oh, none of that's real," and at the very end, "Oh, they were right the oh, oops."
Yeah, it
Sorry, spoilers, whoops. It's a great
ba
movie, it's one of my favorites of last year.
basically, and that's why because of the end of this movie, like, sure, we have spoiled it for you people now, but you should still go watch it, like,
Mhm,
or wait until you forget about us talking about it and then watch it. Like, I haven't
mhm.
seen it in 16 years. I still remembered it, but it was still like, "Oh, shit, yeah, shit went down."
Yeah. No, it was,
It's fun.
it's fine. Now, performances from actors, here's the thing, I think they all did well. I actually yeah, I know you said that Cotton Marcus was kinda, silly and goofy. I liked him, though, Patrick Fabian, but I really liked Ashley Bell as Nell.
Mm.
Like, she did phenomenally well on this, so good for her. Ashley Bell did a great, great job. Um, and yeah, it's cool to see Caleb, the kid from Twin Peaks Return, is in this, as well as Get Out, and then a few other things. Now, special makeup effects, there wasn't that much.
No,
Almost
couple cuts.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, almost all of it
yeah,
was just her contorting and being creepy.
contorting, and then some
Oh, I guess the dead
deep
cat. Yeah.
cat. What about I wonder if that baby demon was made out of something.
Oh, I bet it was. It was from
Probably.
so far away, they could have made out of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you said overall feeling about it, what was your thought on it?
Like, yeah, it's a pretty decent movie. I think it's not like really good, but it doesn't suck.
No?
It's about a 2.5, 3-star movie.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 3 stars, I think, for sure, because it was fun to watch. It was interesting to watch. So,
Yeah.
I really you know, I just like that it was, like, all in the realm of plausibility, like, "No, this is all made up. No, she's just really, all this is just in her imagination." And then we get the demon sacrifice baby fire. It's like, "Oh, okay.
Yep.
Gosh, you have total kills as 4. Yes, the cat counts. Cat,
Cat.
cameraman, sound lady,
Yeah.
and co yeah."
I figured Cotton's dead
Well,
and all
before we get
that.
into our sound, crew, and trivia, here's a fun fact. One of the crew members had a brother as a real exorcist, and he was on set to advise director Daniel Stamm and, Patrick Fabian how to, like, go about doing it.
Huh.
So all the tricks of the trade, he actually advised and told them about it. So that's all real stuff that
Interesting.
people did. I don't know if they still do it, and if they do, then shame on them, but
Right?
yeah.
Nathan Barr was the composer. There's some cool slide guitar and acoustic medleys. Give it a very backwoods feel for down yonder.
Mhm.
Actors and crew: Patrick Fabian as Cotton Marcus, Ashley Bell as Nell Sweetser. It reminds me of Rammstein. Sweetsa, Sweetsa.
There you go.
Wait, sorry. Iris Barr as Iris Risen, Lewis Hertham as Lois Sweetser. A lot of the same names here.
Yeah, they just kinda kept
Caleb Jones as Caleb. Tony Bentley as Pastor Manley. John Wright Jr. as John Marcus. Yeah, John, Caleb, Lewis. Jeez.
except for
And
Patrick and Cotton.
and then Shauna Forstall as Shauna Marcus.
Yeah,
What the fuck? That got
hmm,
me all jumbled up. Okay.
there you go.
Crew: Huck Botko and Andrew Gerland were the writers. Zoltan.
Zoltan. Oh my gosh.
Zoltan Hantes did the cinematography. Holy shit. Shilpa Sahi was the editor, and Andrew Bowfinger did the production design. And then we also have Howard Berger, Alex Diaz, Marcus Gonzalez, Greg Nicotero. Oh, on the
Yep, Greg Nicotero just always shows up.
special makeup effects and visual effects done by Thomas Tannenberger, along with Fiona Campbell Westgate with gradient effects.
They had a whole crew for that, which it must have just been for the final
Something
scene,
on
but
my
mhm.
screen here. Let's see. The director, Daniel Stamm. Some of his work in Germany was a documentary on Nick Cave. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And he came back to the US and, according to his profile, wrote songs for local singers, made short films, became a certified hypnotist, and made a hitchhike across the US.
Yeah, all that was in his, like, bio, and I'm like, "Wow, okay."
First
Lots of
feature
stuff.
film, 2008's Necessary to Death. Never heard of it.
Mhm.
And after this, he would direct, well-known work, The Last Exorcism. This movie that we just talked about was a mega hit in theaters, and other credits include 13 Sins, episodes for Intruders, and the Scream TV series, Into the
Ugh.
Dark, Them, and Fear the Walking Dead. Yep. His most recent release was Pray for the Devil in 2022. Never heard of it.
Nah, it
It-
it was, like, in 40-50% range. I might be yeah.
This movie, though, was released August 27th in 2010. That is the year we are covering. Country of Oregon, Louisiana, United States of America. 71% from critics, interesting, and 35% from audience. And I
Wow.
totally skipped the budget with a $1.8 million budget. 69.4.
Hey,
Nice.
nice. Yeah, it did
And
pretty
yeah,
well.
you can watch this movie on Plex, or I just ordered it. I got it
I would
for
say,
it was like $10.
yeah, I would have rather just have rented or bought it. Plex is one of the worst streaming services I've ever used, ever. They had more commercials than almost any other subscription and non-subscription service. Like, doesn't hold a candle to Tubi, which barely does it. Heck, even Pluto TV doesn't do it as much, but Plex,
Let's see here.
good lord, it was bad. Uh,
Yeah, because it's like it was at a point where it's like, oh, it's not streaming anywhere. You could only rent it. I'm just gonna buy it.
yeah, but speaking of which, would you then kill it, watch it, or buy it?
Watch it.
Yeah, I'd say unless you are an avid collector like Dustin here, I would say this is one you just watch once and be like, that it was a unique take on the found footage genre and the exorcism genre, mashing them together, and I thought it was well done. So, yeah, I
There's a new streaming service that this is on called Hoopla.
what the hell?
Hoopla.
Hoopla. Well, let's hoopla on over to Paranormal Activity 2,
Yeah.
also in 2010, directed by Todd Williams.
Yeah.
So how'd you
So
oh, yeah, yeah.
these
Start with your
movies,
Paranormal Activity story, like, obviously the first one or the first and second one.
I mean, I saw this in theaters. I
Mhm,
saw the first 3, maybe 4. I think I saw the first 4 in theaters. I don't remember.
mm,
Yep, that's pretty much that.
yep,
Um, funny story when what was that? That was like 5 years ago. 5 or 6, yeah, I'd say about 5 years ago. 5 or 6
mhm,
years ago, watched all these movies with Addie, my wife,
mhm.
and we were at our old house. And yes, it was, I think, at the end, like, of September, October 2020, because COVID was still a thing. There's still social distancing. But Chris Kattan came to the waiting room upstairs, or at the waiting room down the street. And I went to the show,
Oh, I
and
remember
like
that, yeah.
we were watching Paranormal Activity like all week. Addie was home by herself, and then she heard something in the attic walking around.
Oh, boy.
It was after watching these movies, and she called me when I was at the show, and then I, came home, and it was a possum, but
Oh,
it was just
still,
funny timing, like watching these and then being home alone, and yeah.
yeah.
But real ghost story, I did have some paranormal activity go on at the old band house at the Grover House.
Ooh,
There was a couple of us. We A couple of us have experienced stuff there. Matt experienced stuff there. I did. A few other friends.
mm,
But I saw like a piece of like a microphone stand, but the part that you put the mic in, it screws off.
Mhm.
It was sitting on a ledge, and we were just standing down there in the basement, and then all of a sudden, it just like flew, like something just bam, like hit this, and it flew like 10 feet,
Oh, damn.
which is like, I don't know. Cameron didn't believe any of it because he doesn't believe in any of that. But it's like, I don't understand. I just saw that happen, and then we
Mhm.
found out that somebody hung himself in that basement. So
Oh,
we are
so
like,
yeah, there's
yeah,
dang, yeah, there'd be a story there then, I imagine.
yep,
Ooh,
and that's
pretty like
where
gets us right
that.
into the mood for this.
Yep,
Mhm.
true story. There's some paranormal activity for you people. Where'd you hear
There you
about
go.
this? Did you see this back in the day?
Fun fact, I didn't do this very often because I usually I was either too scared or got caught. I snuck into the first one in 2007 because I know it was
Did you?
rated R, and I I had to like find a way to kind of sneak myself in with a friend, and we got away with it. I remember we got tickets to
How
a
did I
really
get?
really crappy buddy cop comedy or something. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. So we were able to sneak right on by and get in and watch.
Nice.
Then by the time Paranormal Activity 2 came out, I was able to see it in theaters because I was 18. I did see both of those in theaters actually, but I didn't see 3, 4, or any of the other ones after that. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I liked it. So speaking of this, I also like this tagline. It's just very like standard. The trailer was pretty cool though. In 2009, you demanded it. Nothing can prepare you for what's next.
Yeah, it's like what?
Ooh, okay. Well, what's the spoiler-free short summary? How?
Daniel and Christy welcome their newborn Hunter home, only to find an angry demonic apparition waiting to terrorize them. And then we find out that, oh yeah, no, that's spoiler free. Yep, spoiler free. Yep,
Mhm.
they have a baby. They bring it home. Demon gets mad.
Mhm. I think the biggest trigger warning for this, especially for me, was the child endangerment. I know that that was when they made this film, that was the one thing they wanted to sell it on. It's like we need to put because in the first film, like there's two, like there's adults, and Michael's kind of a piece of shit. So I could care less that he's flying into a camera dead, but like to see a child and a dog in bad situations, like that could be triggering, especially the child stuff. That for me was like that was rough for me
Yeah.
personally. Um, I was surprised at how much of a reaction I got from that, but yep. Anyway, let's get into it. This is also a fairly short film. I like that it's sectioned off into like night one, night two. So
Yeah, I like how you did that.
mhm. We start in Carlsbad, California, where we see the cutest little baby ever. Not as cute as my kids, but it's pretty damn cute. Mom and dad coming into the home. We got Martine, the nanny, the older sister, who is way too like happy go lucky for being a teenager. Usually they're all moody and want to listen to Taking Back Sunday at this age, especially around
Right.
this time, but not
She's
not
all like,
now, I guess.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. We see the good girl, Abby, the dog. We get a quick tour of the house. Little Hunter, the teen sister. We meet the family. I like the family. There's, just normal family. And we get the newborn cries. And I keep putting little notes like I get strong dad vibes. I just want to snuggle the baby. It's a cute little baby. Basically, I know. Basically, we're getting a snapshot of the family. We get Aunt Katie, and it's like, wait a
Oh
minute,
man.
that's Katie from yes, from the first film.
Yeah.
We have a cookout and a pool party. We fast forward to Hunter being one all of a sudden. They get back home one night and they see that their house is entirely trashed, but there's nothing taken. There's no forced entry, nothing. So they're very confused about it. So what they decide to do is the dad's going to put security cameras all throughout the home. And as they do this, this is going to showcase to us how the movie's going to set up the
So
rest of the movie.
yeah, so this movie is mostly a prequel,
Yes.
and then the end takes place right after the first movie,
Which
the
I
end of
thought
the
was a
first.
really, really cool thing. I like how they
Yes.
tie that together.
Yes.
Mhm.
I like that
Yeah,
too.
and so they get all of they get the entirety of the house, um, and they go down to the basement. That's the messiest ass basement I've ever
That's
seen.
what I was like, what do you what?
I see why they did that for later purposes, but still, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, but it's just like, dude, nobody's Whose basement looks like that? That's what I want to know.
I mean, my basement's a little messy at the moment, but
Yeah, I know you got a forest.
yes. Anyway, yeah, it is. Let me look at it out here. I just an owl just flew by, and it's where I sleep right there. Um, the cameras are all set up, and all of a sudden now it's time to rock. Night number one. I do appreciate about this film. It's a slow build, but it's worth it because it just little things that
This
the writers did a great job about building the tension.
the sound design
Yes,
makes
I
this movie.
I agree. I think this is a
The,
movie that doesn't have a score,
the Blu-ray
so
was
it
so loud. I don't know
oh
if it was just like, dude, there was parts that actually scared me because
oh no, yeah.
it's so loud. You're just like, what?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. No, sound design in this is superb, and I think that's what makes these movies work so well
it's
is because of that. Because if we're trying to get realism, you don't have a soundtrack or a score. You need great sound design. These guys
or just like a
was perfect. Yep, a
there's
little
a
ethereal whooshing.
yeah.
Night 1, August 7th, 2006. Dad locks the deadbolt. Baby sleeping with Abby in the bedroom. The dog, as Abby's the dog. Yeah. Pool light goes out, and then nothing. Next day, we see the baby crawling up the stairs. Abby keeps looking around the house, being all weird. As they're playing, Allie starts screaming, but it's just a nasty ass poo. Wait, it's just a nasty ass poo that's someone left in the toilet. So like, okay. And then we get a random and this is where the thing about found footage films. I'm so iffy about them because sometimes they can be great, but sometimes it's like, okay, what is the motivation for filming?
Yeah.
There's parts in this where I'm like, why are you randomly getting this out and filming your daughter's reaction to a poo in the toilet, and then you're filming your wife taking a bath? That's weird. So but then it's fine after that, but it just starts off like that's just bizarre. And then as he's with his wife taking a bath, he's like, "Let me release the Kraken." It's like, brother, don't say that. Night number 2, August 8th. Hunter starts crying in the night, and I gave me chills because I'm used to that in the night. Mom gives him some love. Nothing happens. The next morning, bacon. I said Baxon instead of bacon. Baxon sausage. Real slow build. Remember? Oh, and I love when they do a little thing here. Remember when you tried to be a vegan for 6 hours? I was like, eh, eh. I wonder if someone would take intention with that.
That's I
Eh.
couldn't imagine trying 20 years ago though.
Mhm. Fair
With
enough.
no,
Mhm.
not as many options.
True, it's definitely more friendly now. We now see Micah Sloat 60 days before his death, as it says on screen there. So I'm like, ooh, prequel status. I already did my little thing about reason for filming. So mom and baby Hunter are just hanging out at home. There's some thudding going on around the house. Just looking around to hear the source of the thud. And as they're out of the room, the mobile in the crib, and you can barely see it. But as she's out with the baby looking
Yeah.
around the house,
Starts
because dad's
spinning.
at work and Allie's at school, like he's looking around and there's nothing in the house except the baby mobile slowly turning. Nice. August 9th, night 3. Hunter is standing up in his crib, wide awake, being cute as hell. The next morning. So that's what I think about this. Like it's just little things, boop, and then next morning, but it works at a great speed.
Yeah.
And they decide to, and so yeah, now we're getting more about the family. So we find a picture of Aunt Katie as a child. And I'm like, wait, I remember that photo. I'm like, oh, it was in the first one. The
Yeah.
teen the teen girl is talking to Martine, the hands lady, and they're talking about handsy, handsy, touchy, touchy, whatever the fuck that is. Night 5, August 11th. Damn, they left most of the lights on in the house. Like, okay, let me tell you guys, I hate that much energy waste. I know they can probably afford it, but dudes, turn off the lights in the house. You don't need that much. We start getting some thudding as Martine, the maid, slowly walks around the house. There's a very loud bang, and Hunter starts crying, and she runs upstairs because she's taking care of the kids as everyone's going out for the night. She starts burning sage around the house, which is a good idea, but here's the thing: she's holding the child right next to the sage, which too much of that can have a risk an eye and skin irritation, asthmatic complications for children. So I would be pissed if they were doing it, but I also understand why she was doing it, of course. So the next day, they fire her because she's like, "Yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff." It's like, seriously though, one night she won't. I don't know. Seems like
Right.
Martin was a really
Yeah.
yeah. The dad's taken a little too far. Um, what he's a piece of shit. We see the mom playing with Hunter as that's all happening. He keeps looking all around the room as she's trying to, video him. And he's like, "Hey, what do you keep looking at? What do you keep looking at?" And he goes up to the closet and just looks in there. It's like, hmm. And then the teen daughter is there while the dad's filming. And this like the weird things like, why is the dad just going around filming things randomly? I get filming the kid because I do it all the time, but
Doing
like
dad stuff.
the
I don't
dad's just
know.
like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing in here?" And she's like, "Why did you fire Martine?" He's like, "Oh, I don't want any witchy shit." Okay. We skip ahead to night 8. Hunter starts crying at 2 a.m. I'm like, "Ooh, that happens a lot for me." All this, I'm like, I feel in my bones. The mom's trying to get Hunter back to sleep, and she keeps hearing like this rattling sound at the window. And as that's happening, she's looking out the window. The bedroom door slowly opens when they're not looking. Then we get a loud crash at the window, which kind of got me a bit. And she goes to wake up Daniel, and that's the dad. The next morning, they find a dead bird, and
Hmm.
it broke its neck going into the window. Um, well, as that's happening too, as they're looking at the dead bird, Hunter's playing, and all of a sudden the baby monitor starts picking up some weird static and then stops. So we're already like halfway through, and it's been really slow build. But what do you think so far about this building tension?
I mean, that's what these movies are, and I think they are the best at doing them.
Mm-hmm.
And with the sound design, with the lack
Yeah.
of score and everything, and yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree with you with some of the part. It's like, why is he filming that? But he's just like, I don't know, he's just being a dad,
Yeah, no,
probably
there's
being
it's
annoying.
only for some
But
parts where it takes me out of it, but then the rest of it, like the security cams, that's excellent. That makes the most sense.
yeah,
But then then there's other times where they use the camera for other things. I'm like, okay, I get that, but
and I like how it doesn't show every night, like not something doesn't happen every night, you
yeah.
know?
And that's what makes it even creepier because like what about the other nights that just nothing happens? So
Yeah.
mhm. Night number 10, August 16th. It's around 3 a.m. and we see the kitchen and a pan drops from the hanger of the kitchen, even though it's fully on there. Um, we see a light go off and on outside, and the pan falls again as the mom comes down, and she's obviously scared the living shit out of her. Um, the next day, Micah and his wife, Katie, start talking to Daniel about what's going on in the house. They're all like in in the pool, and they're like, there might be a haunting in the house. And Katie's like, I don't want to talk about that. It's like, ooh, okay. So it's a sore spot for Katie and for her sister. They start talking about how the pan fell down randomly and how he has to keep pushing the pool cleaner back in every morning because every morning we get a start of the pool and he has to put the pool cleaner back every time. It's like a little running joke at this point. So for the
Yeah.
last 10 nights, he's been putting that cleaner back in. They decide that, you know what, we need to watch the cameras and see what the pool cleaner's doing. And they look at the cameras and they see the pool cleaner slowly creeping out of the pool and they think that it's a bad motor and they find it as like a joke. Christy, the wife, the mother of Hunter, is now saying, look, Daniel, there's some shit going on and no one's taking it seriously. Allie and Daniel start talking about what's going on with mom. They're not sleeping well, freaking out about stuff going on in the house. Allie's like, we should do like a seance or something. Night 12.
No.
August 18th. Now shit's going to get real. Hunter's in his bedroom and he's like doing his babbling, just being cute as cute can be. He's a cute kid. Abby, the dog's growling and barking at the window that's rattling. And we get the next day. Daniel has the pool cleaner jump out of the pool this time. And so he like does like as a joke. He's like, hey guys, look. And it does like a jump out. It's like that. Wow. He pranks them. Mm-hmm. You just got
As
punked. I wanted him to say
as
that, but
as a dad should.
oh yeah, I would do that. Actually, that's a good idea. I should do that. Mom and dad are heading out for the evening, and they're like, Allie, can you stay and watch Hunter? She's like, and well, damn it, Allie. She has her boyfriend over. They're going to play with the Ouija board. And the Ouija board's spelling out pussy. It's like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah,
This time, though, it starts spelling out. It's like Hunte. It's like, oh, let's try to spell
but
out Hunter.
yeah, they like ignore it because she's like, stop messing around or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Later that night, I guess the boyfriend went home. Thank goodness. Allie's asleep on the couch and the TV starts crackling in and out. We get a very low groan, like the sound design here, yet again, superb. We get a low
Yep.
groaning sound, and Allie wakes up alarmed. As she sees the main door open, she closes it, then it makes a loud rattling sound. The door slams on her when she tries to figure out what's behind the door, and she's now locked out of the house. I know it's just a movie, but I was anxious as all hell because my biggest fear ever now as a dad is to have my toddler, my 2-year-old alone in the home with me locked in, like I can't get to her. Horrifying. This is the worst part of the movie. I'm so scared.
Definitely
I
would
know
just
she'll be fine. I
break
was like,
the
oh,
window or something.
oh yeah, I would have been like, break that window. I don't like. Yeah, if I had to break down a door, I will. So she can't get in, and for the next like 10 minutes or like almost, well, no, it's like 30 minutes on the it has a little timer. Nothing. I don't know what she was trying to do to get back inside, but it wasn't working. Abby the dog decides that, in the bedroom with Hunter to go check on what's going on. Now the baby's all alone. I hate this part. I hate this part so much. We keep the camera on Hunter's room and Hunter as he's sleeping face down, which he should be. Good. He starts slowly being dragged across his crib and like floating up through his crib. I was like, oh, I hated that. I hated that so much. Hunter's now up about. He's walking around the house completely by himself. And like I said, I just, oh, nope, 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 nope. The door to the basement opens. Luckily, he does not go down. He crawls up the stairs and goes back upstairs. And I'm like, dude, if I were Allie, like, don't leave, like, break window, get in there. The parents finally get home and they're like, oh my God, we can't find Allie. And the baby's just hanging around. Allie, Allie said something closed the door behind her. She couldn't get back in. But it's like, well, then what were you doing this last like hour? Well, anyway, the mom actually believes Allie, and the dad's like, it's really your responsibility. The mom's like, no, I believe you. There's some shit going on. Daniel comes down to say good morning to everybody, but everyone's giving him the cold shoulder for not believing them. Allie and her boyfriend are now filming themselves, and they're like outside Google searching things. They're trying to find out what's going on in this house, and they read a part of it where they read this part about this, they're trying to figure out why this haunting is going on. And it says, if someone makes a deal with a demon for wealth, power, or any other benefit, they must forfeit their firstborn male. If the dead is not honored, the demon will follow the deal maker and take the soul of the child. Ooh. That night, Ollie's trying to prove to her dad that the door was pushed on her and he doesn't believe her. He shows her the video and he's like, that must have been the wind or something. It's like, no, Dad, that's not how it works.
What wind? Like,
now
it's like you're looking at the video.
Yeah, yeah. So now it's really starting to pick up. So where are you at this point with like, do you feel that you feel anxious enough that's building enough tension that you're feeling like, oh, I'm starting to get spooked a little?
Yeah, definitely would not want to go downstairs when the door opens or anything like that. Yeah, sound design great, tension,
those groanings, the doors,
even the tension between the family with like the dad not believing, and then you find out there's some like shit that happened between the the mom and aunt when they were kids, which is obviously the third movie. And then
I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Now I have to watch it because I'm kind of interested in seeing that.
Oh yeah, you should. It's them as kids.
Oh, I might watch that. Well, I don't know about tonight, but I'll sometime.
And then even what you were just talking about, like, oh, somebody make a deal with a demon for the firstborn son. That may or may not also pop up in a later sequel. Yep.
Well, it's crazy
like
to think.
all this lore. It's enough lore, but not enough.
I like that it's connected. That's cool.
Yeah, like it just enough to keep it interesting.
Well, gosh, there's only 2 more nights to go, and then the movie's over. Wow. Yeah. Again, these are fairly short movies. Night 17, the middle of the night, Allie decides to start filming herself because she heard a sound downstairs. She slowly goes downstairs and finds one of the toys going off. I'm like, I thought Skinamarink all of a sudden. I was like, oh God, that fucking phone. The next morning, Ollie shows her mom the video of the toy going off, and Christy's talking to her sister. She's like, well, she's talking to her like, hey, so when we were kids, we were worried about some strange paranormal activity, and I wanted the movie just to end right there. That would have been perfect, but that's okay. They had when they had paranormal activity when they were kids, how it negatively affected them and their family. Their mom went crazy, things went really bad, and they're deciding to put Hunter down for a nap at 2:30, which nobody should put a toddler to nap that late in the afternoon. He's never gonna get to sleep. So these guys, his sleep schedule must be way off. I don't know what's going on. As he's napping, mom's doing some stuff in the kitchen, reading a magazine, and then I'd say this is the best scare in the whole movie. She's sitting there reading a magazine. Every kitchen cabinet, every kitchen appliance just goes boom.
Yeah, that's
It's
what's on the TV right
horrifying
now. Oh, it's the best. It's the best jump scare.
because
And
every
like,
single thing comes out, and you're not expecting it. That's
no,
that's a good one. That's what we want.
it's like, holy shit,
And
yeah,
as I would do, she runs the hell out of that room.
yeah. Fuck that.
And the tea kettle's going off too, and she slowly starts walking back to the kitchen, takes the kettle off, and then cleans everything up very slowly. And yeah. Anyway, and then I started to get something confused. So Allie starts calling the mom Chris. So maybe that's her stepmother.
It is
Okay.
because there's a part. I don't know if it was earlier or later when the dad's talking to Allie, and Allie is like, "Well, what if it's mom trying to contact us?" When she's talking about the
Oh.
ghost.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Oh
Yep.
wow. Okay, there you go. Well, Chris tells Allie that we can't talk about anything or things will get worse. That's the trauma from their childhood where they couldn't talk about things. It would just go away. She's talking on the phone with somebody, though, and noticing that everyone born on Christy's side was female until Hunter was born. Ooh. Night 19. This is where shit gets real. Daniel puts Hunter to bed while Abby stands watch at the door. Good dog, good girl. As it fast forwards, everything's normal until 12:49 a.m. Abby decides to run downstairs, sees the door to the basement is open. The dog starts trying to go downstairs, and we hear the dog struggling with something and yelping and a loud thud. I was like, oh, not another animal.
Both of these movies have animals getting hurt.
I hate that. And she was a good girl too. And Daniel comes down and Allie's like, something's wrong with the dog, something's wrong with the dog. And they decide to take the dog to vet, and Christy is home alone with Hunter. I'm like, oh God. As she's checking on him in his room, she is violently dragged out of the room and down the stairs by the invisible demon, not once, but twice. Poor Hunter is in the room by himself for like an hour and a half because she's in the basement, like locked up. The basement door opens and Christy slowly walks upstairs. Oh, it's creepy as hell.
Nope.
Yeah, does really good, especially by this point. It's like this is where the movie's really shining. It's just like you don't know what to expect. Daniel, and this is fucking Daniel, decides, you know what? I got to go to work. All this is happening. He's like, yeah, I got to go to work.
Yeah,
He's going to be like out of town for work or something. I get it.
he's
a
like, I'll be
Burger
like
King
2
manager.
hours.
Yeah, but it's like he owns some franchise Burger King stuff. It's like, dude, the burgers are going to cook themselves. People got that. You'll be fine. Crazy. Even though he tells,
Yeah.
so it's funny. He's going to go to work. He tells Allie, though, hey, Christy's still in bed, not feeling well. It's like, it's a family emergency then. The dog just got hurt. Your wife's sick.
Right.
You're letting
I
your
can't
teenage
miss
daughter,
it.
your teenage daughter who just happened to not be in the house and when the baby was by itself, like this Daniel dude is fucking dumb. Worst dad of the year award. Allie's now on the phone with her boyfriend, talking about all the shit going down. Allie opens the basement door and sees scratches all around the door with some blood stains. Ooh, hoo, hoo. As she goes in to check on Christy, Christy's in the, sitting next to Hunter, and we see this huge bite mark and scratches on her legs. We get more loud thud, 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 thud. Allie looks away for just a second and finds that Christy's not in the chair. And I was like, oh, God. She then calls her dad and is like, look, you need to come home now. Christy keeps looking up.
Yeah, the whole thing is like she's not in the chair. Allie goes in there. She's not even in the room at all. And then Christy comes out from the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, how?
It's creepy stuff.
And that's when Allie is just, you need to fucking come home right now.
Yeah. Yep. Get home. Get home. Get home. Get home. Christy just keeps looking out the window as poor Hunter's crying, and that breaks my heart. I hate seeing that. Ugh. Before Daniel goes up to check, if Daniel gets there, before he goes to check on Christy, she's being told to check the footage of Christy to see what's going on. He's like, okay, I'll check it. He decides to get some help. He's going to call Martine, and luckily she's nice. She's going to come and help cleanse the demons. Martine gives Daniel something to protect her or get her something to help Christy, and starts laying out the house and what to do. Allie and Daniel are arguing about what to do. He yells at her that he's going to go do it. He's going to go into the room. He gets a cross. He has a cross and he puts it on her. We hear a loud growl, then all the lights go off in the house. We hear things crashing. Allie, Daniel, and Martine are looking everywhere because now both Christy and Hunter are missing. They find the basement door open, and as they go downstairs, they hear Hunter talk doing his little babble talk. Daniel goes around with his night vision camera to try to find him. We start hearing Hunter cry, and something like a bat flies through. Daniel starts like falling over. He's like, "Oh my god!" And we see the camera going like, "Oh my god,
It's
oh
ridiculous.
my god!" It's too much. I was like, "It's like, oh my god." It's like, okay, yeah, crazy stuff. And Christy and Hunter, yeah, all of a sudden, I have like, here comes a jump scare in 3, 2, 1, and boom, Demon Christie attacks Daniel, and shit starts happening. The floor is shaking. Sound design is fantastic. There's so much stuff going on. Yeah. Oh, all the lights are back on. Martine is burning the childhood photo of Christy. I'm like, oh, interesting. 3 weeks later, I guess everything's good now. Christy's talking to her sister about the shit that went down at the house, and Christy's like, yeah, stuff's going on in my house too, because this is happening around the exact same time as Paranormal Activity, the first one. We now get Micah and Katie with the text that Micah was killed, and we see text on the screen. Micah was killed on October 8th, 2006. And then the movie says October 9th, 2006.
And you're like, oh shit.
So it's the sequel, prequel sequel. We're back at Daniel and Christy's place. I thought this. So Hunter starts crying. Christy goes and checks on him, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what?" As Daniel's watching TV, there's a woman, and I first thought it was Christy, but no, it's Katie, standing in the background with blood all over itself, just like in the first movie. Then disappears. She then somehow gets behind Daniel, snaps his neck, and I laugh my ass off because they snap his neck. He does like this. Does like a jump.
Yeah, he's like,
it's just so it's so weird, but it's like, damn, okay. Yeah, so Daniel's dead. Katie comes in, and Chris is like, Katie, what are you doing here? And she does like a force push, like in the first movie, like she's a fucking Jedi, or I guess a Sith Lord because it's evil. She did. Katie walks out with Hunter as Hunter's laughing. At least he's happy. Then there's a text saying Allie found the dead bodies a few days later. Katie and Hunter were never found again. Ethereal whooshing. The end. Yeah. Well, I feel that the cabinets in the kitchen and the basement scene are the two scenes that are just like astoundingly
the
creepy
kitchen.
and good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
how about
kitchen
you?
for sure. Because that's like one of the most memorable. Like that shit scared everybody when that happened for the first time. That was like, yeah, just
I mentioned the theater.
a
Yeah, 'cause I
different,
remember because I was, yeah,
another
someone like
level.
spilled his drink a few rows down from me at the theater when that happened. I just heard, oh shit. But yeah, I thought everyone did fine for their roles. I think
Yep.
I think Sprague Graydon as Christy was definitely the best one, the mom. I mean, man, she was creepy and reacted well, so I think she was the best. Very limited effects, but we do get that flash of Demon Christie, and that was terrifyingly awesome, I'd say.
Let's
So
see.
overall feeling about it, well,
I like these movies up until like, well, the last one. Just the last one's not good.
no, I liked this a lot, and I liked the characters a lot more than the first characters, Katie and Micah. But I think that's the point. The fact that there was a baby and a dog involved too, especially the baby, that made even more. I've got me even more like hooked into it because I wanted to make sure that the baby was okay. And a total of 3 kills. Fun facts and trivia: most of the scare scenes are actually spontaneous. The cast didn't know about it, so that kitchen thing was so frightening because the
What?
actress had no clue. God, how horrifying.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hey, though, at the time, obviously before It's Chapter 1 in 2017, this broke the record for the biggest midnight gross for an R-rated movie with 41.5 million opening weekend. It was the top, and then It Chapter 1 took that over.
Dang.
And then I think after that,
I believe it.
Deadpool was up there too. So,
Huh.
yeah. So, do you want to talk a little bit about the sound, actors, and crew?
The lack of sound, well, lack of music in this movie. This movie relies heavily on the sound design. A ton of sound engineers for the second most important aspect of these movies. Peter Brown, Alexander Gruzdev, Justin Herman, Mark Lanza, and Nick Schaefer were the sound designers for this movie. Actors, let's see, Katie Featherston as Katie,
Oh, not this again.
Micah as Micah, Molly Ephraim plays Allie Ray, Brian Boland plays Daniel Ray, Seth Ginsberg as Brad, Sprague Graydon as Christy, and Abby the dog as Abby.
Yes.
And I know Allie pops up in a later movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Well, now I'm curious. I might have to binge watch.
I would say watch them.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought the first two are phenomenal, so I really like them.
Michael R. Perry and Christopher Landon and Tom Pabst did the screenplay. Michael Simmons as the cinematographer, Gregory Plotkin as the editor, Jennifer Spence as production designer, Danielle Barkat, and
I'm sorry, that can't be a real name.
Eric Porn, Daniel Tirianazi, as They Are Almost Human Incorporated. Mark Golasarian, he was the special effects coordinator, and then we also have Mark A.Z. Dippe, Michael Kennedy for visual effects. Hammerhead Productions. Director
Yeah.
Todd Williams. First movie, Adventures of Sebastian Cole in 1998, and then The Door in the Floor in 2004. That rhymed. And obviously Paranormal Activity 2 and the Stephen King adaptation of Cell. Okay. 2016.
Yeah, that's the one with Samuel L. Jackson and who's the guy? Shoot. John Cusack.
No. Oh. What? 1408?
I think they're also in that one. They're in that one too. I swear they're in that too. Here, while you read the rest, let me just do a quick check.
This movie came out October 22nd, 2010 in the United States of Los Angeles.
It is John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. So they did two Stephen King adaptations together. Very interesting.
Weird. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
$3 million budget with $177.5 million box office.
Dang.
Rotten Tomato score 58% and 48%, which is like, eh.
Yeah. Some people just really don't like found footage. I think that's just it's a very niche subgenre of horror. I'm noticing because when it's done well, it's great, but when it's not done well, it's really bad. Really bad. Mm-hmm.
And you could watch this now on Paramount Plus, or you could just go like buy the box set.
Yeah, so that would be the last thing then. Kill it, watch it, or buy it.
I mean, I have the box set, so I don't know. I would say at least watch it. At least watch these movies if you haven't watched these movies.
I'd say that because Paranormal Activity had such, kind of like with Blair Witch Project in 1999, it had such a huge groundswell of it was a lot of word of mouth, and it restarted. It was just another, after all the torture porn business of the mid 2000s, this was oh, we can make it scary without all the blood and guts and the cutting off toes and stuff. And then we got a slew of movies similar to Paranormal Activity. and then that's went on to the next generation. So I think I'm actually going to say you should buy the first one and the second one, maybe even the first three. I don't know about the other ones, but I think you should have these in your collection. I think they're worth keeping because they're able to do a lot with a little, and that's why the first one worked so well because they only made it for what 15 grand. This one they obviously had a higher budget, but still worked out really well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I would agree. That I mean, I own them, so
Yeah,
at least watch it. If not, yeah, buy it.
yeah,
And you could buy the box set for cheaper.
yeah. That's what I would do.
But yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast.
Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. You can follow us on Letterbox, where we post all of our movies, the ones we watch and the ones we discuss too. What is your Letterbox there, Dustin?
It is Dustin at HFMM Pod.
Mine is Kevin at HFMM Pod. Like I said, we like to post stuff, and I'm on there way too much. Way too much. That's probably unhealthy, but that's fine because I love movies, and so does Dustin. So it's kind of the whole point of the whole podcast. You can also directly email us at hfmmpodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys. We'd love to hear about movies you're watching. Want to do interviews, which I'm glad we're getting some people that are coming on for interviews here in the near future. Won't say who, or maybe we will. I don't know. And we'll have more and more guests. And please, if you're just like, hey, I just like horror and I just like to talk about it, come on in. Maybe we can either have you for an interview or maybe get you a little sound bite or something, because we want this to be a community for all horror film fanatics.
I mean, yeah, on the next episode, it actually is an interview.
Hey, there we go. Okay, we can talk about it. Okay, good.
Yeah. We got reached out to on what was that? TikTok?
TikTok.
By the director here, Matthew Schmidt, of a short film, which kind of ties in after Paranormal Activity. It's kind of
Wow,
fitting.
actually, it really does. Huh.
And kind of, we already we did a little pre-watch of this, and we're like, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about your movie. It's you can watch it for free on Tubi or Amazon Prime or any of that stuff. Short film. It's only like 30 minutes. Called Mr. Sandman. So that's what we are going to be talking about on the next episode with the director Matthew Schmidt himself.
Hell yeah.
Yep. That's gonna be it.
With that,
and
be
with
careful in
that,
that kitchen.
everybody. Oh, yeah, watch those cabinets. Make sure you replace the hinges on your cabinets every 5 years in order for them to not burst out at you. Until then, I'm not always thirsty, but when I am,
Oh, we have a new sponsor.
I stay spooky.